We are now just days away from one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. And for Golden State Warriors fans, the anticipation is building. The NBA draft is set for June 25th, and this is where the real work begins for the front office. After a season that ended with the Warriors bowing out against the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 3-2 series loss, the team has entered a crucial phase of decision-making. Watching the Indiana Pacers advance, even with Tyrese Halliburton sidelined by injury, was a reminder of just how unpredictable and intense the playoffs can be. While it's disappointing not to see Golden State pushing deeper, the focus now turns to reshaping and reinforcing the roster for next season. The offseason always feels like a whirlwind. It starts with the draft, then moves quickly into free agency, and for the Warriors, every step is critical. According to a recent report from ESPN, there's a lot on the table for Golden State. They've got roster gaps to fill, financial decisions to make, and potential trades that could reshape the entire team structure. Fans should mark their calendars with all the key dates: the NBA draft on June 25th and 26th, followed by the start of the free agency negotiation period on June 30th. This is the window where teams are officially allowed to talk to free agents, a period that used to be filled with secretive back-channel conversations, but is now openly acknowledged as legal tampering. For the Warriors, all eyes will be on what happens with Jonathan Kuminga. He's a restricted free agent, and that's a major domino for the front office. If they bring him back on a new contract, it will eat significantly into their salary cap flexibility. Without him, the Warriors are $17.5 million below the luxury tax line, $25 million and $37 million below the first and second aprons, respectively. That positioning would allow them to use the full mid-level exception of $14.1 million. But that would only be possible if they avoid going over the first apron. Once the rest of the roster is finalized, the draft itself is going to be interesting. Golden State currently holds the 41st pick, meaning they'll be active on the second day unless they make a move to trade up. There's always a possibility of packaging future picks or players to jump into the first round, but right now, that's speculation. The Warriors do have first-round picks available to trade in future years, which gives them some ammunition if they decide to get aggressive. The franchise has been linked to several draft prospects, including big men who could bring size and rim protection, something the roster has lacked at times. The team's summer league schedule is also set, with appearances in the California Classic at Chase Center in San Francisco from July 5th to 8th, followed by the Salt Lake City Summer League. Fans can expect to see a mix of G League players, undrafted free agents, and any rookies selected in the draft. Names like Taron Armstrong and Braxton Key could feature, though expectations are low for significant contributions from main roster players. When it comes to free agency, the Warriors will once again be walking a financial tightrope. Gary Payton II has been mentioned as a possible re-signing candidate, likely on a team-friendly deal between $3 to $5 million per season. There's a divide among fans about whether keeping him is the right move, but his impact on defense and in the locker room can't be ignored. For that price range, it's a reasonable gamble, especially considering how he can swing games with hustle plays and perimeter defense. Kevin Looney, however, seems to be on the outs. As much as he's been a loyal and hard-working presence, his lack of size and shooting range make him a less ideal fit moving forward. The team needs a bigger, more versatile center to complement the existing core. Kevin Knox was one of the pleasant surprises of last summer's training camp and performed well when called upon, but the expectation is that he'll seek more playing time elsewhere. Gui Santos showed promise late in the season and could carve out a role as a rotation piece moving forward. Usman Garuba, signed mid-season, is expected to be back, while other fringe players like Braxton Key and Taron Armstrong remain question marks. The big picture, though, revolves around the performance and fit of the current core. The Warriors struggled without Stephen Curry in the playoffs, which exposed the lack of a consistent third scorer. Jimmy Butler, acquired mid-season, brought energy and leadership, helping the team climb out of an early season slump and into the playoffs, but in the postseason, he wasn't at full strength, dealing with a back injury that clearly affected his play. Draymond Green remains an elite defender, but he's not the scoring option the team desperately needs. Moses Moody showed flashes, but struggled in the postseason, and Brandon Podziemski, after 2 surgeries this offseason, is expected to come back ready for training camp, but still looks more like a backup option next to Curry rather than a full-time starter. Statistically, The lineup featuring Curry, Podziemski, Moody, Butler, and Green posted a remarkable 16-3 record in the regular season. With a plus-minus of 17.9 per 100 possessions, that's elite production. But the lack of depth showed up when the stakes were highest. Golden State's front office knows they need more reliable scoring, especially against teams like Oklahoma City and Minnesota, who both feature multiple offensive weapons. The Western Conference is only getting tougher. Oklahoma City looks like a perennial powerhouse in the making. Minnesota just dominated without blinking. Dallas will improve with a healthy Kyrie Irving. San Antonio has young talent ready to take a leap, and Denver remains a top contender from a salary cap perspective. The Warriors are in a tight spot. The core trio of Curry, Butler, and Green takes up 85% of the payroll. Making any major trade for a player earning between $20 and $30 million annually would require including a high-salary player like Draymond Green, something the team appears reluctant to do after his all-defensive team performance this past season. Podziemski and Moody combined are still well below the salary threshold needed to match contracts in a blockbuster trade. This makes any big splash in the trade market challenging unless a third team gets involved, or unless Golden State decides to part ways with one of its foundational pieces. The Klay Thompson situation from last year is still fresh in the minds of fans. The front office acted quickly then, and this year could bring similar drama. With Kuminga's restricted free agency looming, the Warriors will have to decide whether to match a potentially massive offer from another team or explore sign-and-trade options. Brooklyn is currently the only team with the cap space to offer Kuminga's starting salary north of $20 million, making them a team to watch closely. Golden State can match any offer thanks to their rights on him, but that would push the payroll right up to the first apron and limit their flexibility. For the rest of the offseason, there's also the matter of Draymond Green's extension eligibility. After signing a 4-year deal in 2023, he's now eligible to tack on to more years. This would align his contract with those of Curry and Butler, potentially giving the team a defined window for one more championship run before reevaluating everything if extended. Green would be 37 by the final year of that new deal. The front office has to weigh both loyalty and performance when making that decision. Positional needs are clear. The Warriors need a mobile rim protector, a consistent third scorer, front court depth, and a defensive-minded reserve guard, especially if Gary Payton leaves in free agency. The team's draft capital gives them some maneuverability. They own first-round picks in 20-20-6, 20-20-8, 2030, and 2032, plus a second-rounder available for immediate use. If they want to make a move, the assets are there. As for potential targets, Golden State has been linked to several names: 3-and-D wings, stretch fours, and big men who can space the floor or protect the rim are all on the radar. The financial constraints make big splashes complicated, but smaller strategic moves could significantly improve the roster, whether that involves a trade, a mid-level exception signing, or a gamble on a young player remains to be seen. Ultimately, Jonathan Kuminga's situation is the first major piece of the puzzle. Once his future is decided, the front office will have a clearer picture of how aggressive they can be in filling out the rest of the roster. With trade season heating up, draft night approaching, and free agency looming, the Warriors are on the clock. Every decision from here on out will shape what the next chapter of Golden State basketball looks like. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Golden State is abuzz with uncertainty after whispers surfaced that none other than Stephen Curry may have sustained an injury during a recent Warriors training session. While no official confirmation has been made by the team, several sources close to the franchise have hinted at a possible setback for the two-time MVP. During a routine scrimmage earlier this week, the speculation has set off alarm bells throughout the NBA community, with fans and analysts alike wondering just how serious the situation might be. Eyewitness accounts reportedly spotted Curry limping slightly after a drive to the basket, followed by a brief consultation with the team's medical staff. He was then seen leaving the court, not returning for the remainder of the practice. Though Warriors representatives have remained tight-lipped, the lack of immediate transparency has only added fuel to the speculation. Is this merely a precautionary move by the team, or could there be more to the story? Curry, the face of the Warriors dynasty and one of the league's most durable stars, has battled injuries in the past, but any physical issue involving him sends shockwaves across the league. with Golden State eager to bounce back into true championship contention next season. Even a minor setback to their star guard could complicate off-season preparations and roster decisions. Some insiders believe the injury may be minor, perhaps just a tweak or strain, and suggest the team is exercising caution due to Curry's importance. Still, others aren't convinced, pointing to the franchise's radio silence and the unusually secretive atmosphere at Chase Center as signs that the matter could be more serious than initially thought. For now, the NBA world watches and waits. Until the Warriors break their silence, all anyone can do is speculate. But one thing is certain, when rumors involve Stephen Curry, they never go unnoticed. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.